The ball is on the 25, and it is 1st and 10. Welcome back to the show. Today, we're going through every single Week 6 NFL matchup. We're predicting our picks, Metro's picks, my picks. We're going head-to-head. We got a lock of the week, an underdog of the week. So much is at stake. We're each at about 55%. Metro is higher at 60%. So we're not dumbasses. We know kind of what we're talking about. It's going to be a fun one. Metro, how you doing today, man?
Yes, I had a big Week 5. Hopefully Week 6 I can continue the momentum. I'm at a 60% hit rate. You're at, what, a 56%. So you're not too far behind, but we're doing pretty good. That all said, Thursday Night Football, Philly versus New York. I'll let you go first.
Philadelphia's going on the road. They just lost to the Denver Broncos, and they want revenge. They're going to play the New York Giants to let some anger out on Thursday Night Football. In this game, Metro and I are both going with a clean sweep with Philadelphia. I think there's only one thing worse than playing Philadelphia. It's playing them pissed off. Metro, I got nothing else to say for analysis besides that. That is my simple breakdown of this game.
This is a team that has a Super Bowl culture and identity going up against a team that's still figuring it out. I like what the Giants are building. I like some of the craziness that you're getting from Jackson Dart and Camp Scotabo especially. I like that those guys are the figureheads of this change in terms of culture for New York. That all said, this is a tough matchup. I mean, yes, the Giants were able to surprise the Chargers, but now there's 2 weeks of film out on you, and Philadelphia's got a really good defense. I know that Philadelphia has their offensive issues, but I do think Philly finds a way to win this game. I think it's close. I don't think it's a blowout, but I think Philly tries to run the ball. I think they get Saquon Barkley going finally this year. I think Philadelphia does get the win here. I think it'll be 28 to 20, 28 to 18, something like that, in favor of Philly.
Fair. You're a humble man. I'm going to take the belt to ass category. I think Philly unleashes what they're supposed to be doing all year and wins by 15 plus. You ready to move on?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. And I think it's a great opportunity to get your eyes on some of these younger players like Scotabo and Dart. I believe both their games have been at noon, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. But this time you get a primetime Thursday night matchup in your own stadium. It's going to be nice. It's going to be rowdy. So, yeah, it'll be exciting to see if the Giants can put up a fight here and, make it more respectable than what Russell Wilson was doing earlier in the season.
I agree. I'm looking forward to seeing Jackson Dart and his necklace worth more than my entire car just try to beat the Eagles. And if he does, that'll be a fun story. Let's go on a Sunday, but we're starting early, 8:30 a.m. Central for those in Central Time. This one's going to be in London, England at Tottenham Palace Stadium. We get the Denver Broncos playing the New York Jets, not really on the road, but over at that location in London. Currently, we have Denver both favored, not only in real life, but in our predictions as well. A clean sweep after last week's win against the Eagles. Big-time win for the program and instilling some confidence back in that building. I think the Jets are I think they have a good culture to build here over the next couple of years, but to build a good culture, you got to lose some games. It's all part of the gist, and I'm sure there's a Jets fan going, have we not lost enough games? Yeah. And to that I say, you're not wrong, brother, but it's a new regime. Denver takes this one home. I think they're more talented. Metro, what say you?
Yeah, this is Denver has their stuff figured out. They have figured it out. They're cracking the code. And this year it hasn't all been pretty, but man, they showed up in the second half versus Philly and really played a nice game to get that win. I think Denver's a good team, whereas for the Jets, they're several pieces away from even being close to being considered a competent team. They are contending for the number one pick for a reason. They have bad quarterback play. You got Garrett Wilson. You got Mason Taylor. You have a couple linemen that you like, but man, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And then you look up the defense here, a lot of things that need to get done as well. So yeah, this is a tough spot for this Jets team to be in. They're clearly not in a situation to win this type of game. Denver is a good team. The Jets just simply put are not. Dallas outplayed them in every way last week, and frankly, the Jets looked like a JV football team for most of the season, whereas for Denver, they're starting to play better football. So yeah, can the Jets win? Maybe. It is overseas. Anything can happen in these away games, but I think Denver is going to, hopefully not fall for the trap here. This is a bit of a trap game because they're coming off a high. You're also going overseas, so a bit of a trap game here for Denver, but the Jets just are not good enough. They're just not a good football team, but yeah, I think the Denver Broncos win.
Some Jets fans got a screen recorder going right now, waiting for the Jets to win this game. And if they do, let us hear it, buddy, because we deserve it. On to the next one. We got the Cardinals going on the road to play the Indianapolis Colts. And on paper, this one should be pretty close. But in Metro and I's hearts, we're kind of mad at the Cardinals. Not Cardinals fans, but in the fashion they lost. The pick turned into the fumble, turned into the touchdown for the Tennessee Titans. They lost that game somehow, and thus we're both taking Indianapolis. We're kind of being boring, Metro, but I understand our frustration here. We were both people that were rooting for Arizona to get into the playoffs and do some damage. Hard to think that now, after just a momentum swing like that and a big-time loss to a mediocre team, to be fair. Indy, both on a sweep for us. What's your reason besides what I said?
Yeah, I do want to say this. This week, we actually have a lot of picks that are pretty similar. This is not a week of contested games. There's only a handful of close ones. Everything else should be probably a blowout or just a game that should be one-sided. In terms of this game, look, I'm going to say it exactly how I said it in my reaction video. I'm done with Arizona. I'm done with them. I'm so done with them. You went against the Tennessee Titans up, what was it, 20-something to 6, and you had DeMarcado running down, about to score a touchdown, and he fumbles it before entering over the goal line. Stupid. It's just stupid. Then you have an interception that you then fumble that then turns into a Tyler Lockett touchdown. It's just not a serious football team. They're just not a serious team. They are not real. I think Kyler Murray is mediocre. I just don't like this team. I don't like their offensive line. I don't like their running game. I don't like most of their offensive pieces, not named Marv, and that's it. I mean, and Trey McBride, too. He's a good player. I'm just not in on this Arizona team no more. I was in on them preseason. I thought they would develop. They have not developed the way I thought they would. They look just like how they did last year, but maybe even worse because of injuries. So Indianapolis looks like one of the best teams in football. They have everything and more. Tyler Warren has been perfect for them. Taylor's been excellent. Their offensive line's been good. This game, I hope to see Arizona respond and show some fight, but I think Indiana wins this game 30-20, something like that.
The only thing that can make me hop back on the Arizona bandwagon, if they even want me there, is beating a red-hot team like Indianapolis on the road. So, hey, man, I'm looking forward to this game, and whoever wins, very deserving and should feel that heat rolling into the rest of the season. Next up, we got the Chargers going on the road to play the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are on the ropes. Their current record is 1-4, and they're not looking too hot. Head coaches are kind of in question. With that being said, Metro and I are both taking the Chargers in this one. To play devil's advocate, I'll do that here in a minute, but Metro, why are you thinking the Chargers?
Yeah, the Chargers need to respond. It's been a rough past 2 weeks, and they got to respond here. I know they have some injuries. I know they have problems on the offensive line. They're way too talented to not win this game. Miami just lost to Carolina. That's the end of the conversation. You can't do that. Miami's just not a good football team. They're not. Their offensive line stinks. Their corners are not good. Their defensive line has been very disappointing. They just don't have the dudes. They just don't have the dudes. And then, even though I think Tua's playing better football, Tua can't carry this team. Tua's just not that good. All right. So you have a huge issue there. Coaching staff is tapped out. They're done. They look cooked. I mean, watching McDaniel walk into the locker room, I mean, my God, he looks so disheveled and just like, get me out of here. Put me in San Francisco again. Miami's cooked. There's just nothing there for them to win this one. Could they make it close? Maybe. I think the Chargers need a response here. So, yeah, I think the Chargers win. I think Herbert plays a good game. I don't see anybody stopping them. I think that this offensive line puts their weight on them a little bit. Amari Hampton, who I think is actually out for the next 4 weeks, which that puts a bit of a pin in things. So that's interesting. I wonder who will start for them. But they got to figure that out. But I still think Herbert gets the job done. Miami just has so many issues. I don't see it.
Devil's advocate, when you're coaching for your job, typically
he was coaching against the Panthers for his job.
I agree, but he's still here. He's like a roach. He won't go away. So he's still here. Yeah. He's technically coaching for his job. I think the Chargers would be the final stake in his career, but the Cleveland Browns could be. But you beat the Chargers right back in the saddle, and that kind of momentum is something a coach will bring out all the trick plays for. One more game check is what Mike McDaniel needs, and I think he brings out all of the tools this week. Next week, next week, but next game, we got the New England Patriots going on the road to play the New Orleans Saints. And Metro, we're both being boring as hell. But man, after that performance against the Bills, how do you not take the New England Patriots? Physical, dominant, won in a close in-division rival game. We're both taking New England against New Orleans. New Orleans, man, this feels a lot like the Jets conversation. One team just has a little bit more talent and in a different stage of their rebuild with their head coach. And that's all I have to say. But Metro, what about you?
Yeah, New Orleans got they had a nice win versus the Giants last week, and I definitely think they have pieces. They're just not complete yet. They have Spencer Rattler playing at a high enough level to keep them close and competitive. But when I said in my reaction video, I'll just basically repeat here. When New Orleans goes up against a team that has a similar talent level, I think New Orleans will typically win those games. The problem is there's only like 4 to 6 teams that have similar talent levels as New Orleans. New England is not one of those teams. New England is heading in the right direction. Last week, big win versus Buffalo. Drake May looked great. Stephon Diggs looked great. And I think that's what you're going to see here versus a New Orleans team that doesn't have the dogs defensively to really match up with New England. So I think it's a winnable game here for New England. This is just another game to, keep your record going. And quietly, the Patriots are putting together a season that, might put them in the playoffs if things go their way. So, yeah, I think New England gets the win here. This would be a very disappointing loss, but it is a trap game for New England. It's a trap game. Emotional high last week. Now you got to get ready for a New Orleans team that doesn't really excite you. So this will test their culture and kind of see where they're at in their rebuild. But yeah, I got the Patriots winning pretty comfortably.
Who's the best team out of the Jets, Miami Dolphins, and the New Orleans Saints?
That's a great question.
We've had them all losing in our past 3 games or 4.
It's not the Jets, that's for sure. Jets are the third. I go New Orleans 1, Miami 2, Jets 3. That's where I'll go. But Miami's really close to New Orleans because I still think Tua and Jalen Waddle is good enough, but that line is disgusting. So yeah, I'll go New Orleans number 1 out of the 3.
Congratulations, New Orleans. The tank worked. You're going to get the first overall pick. Moving on, we got the Cleveland Browns going on the road to play the Pittsburgh Steelers in division rival game. And here we go. We got a little bit of a difference here. Metro's taking Cleveland for the upset of the week. You heard that here first. That means +4 or more, according to FanDuel. Not a sponsor, just a tool we use. And in Pittsburgh, I'm going to take them with the home field advantage. Metro, I'll start with Pittsburgh. Then you burn those terrible towels and tell me why we're going to lose. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the unction, as I like to say, I think they have the veterans to win this game, and I believe Tomlin knows how to handle the Cleveland Browns. While it feels like this team is always super duper mid, Tomlin continues to win games over and over again year after year. And this is a prime game that he's going to definitely lock in and take home. Actually, you know what I'm thinking about doing, Metro? You know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm going to make this game my lock of the week. So your upset of the week is going against my lock of the week because we've been pretty boring today. Let's spice it up. Give me the lock of the week for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is my prediction score shit? You're damn right it is, but I'm letting it all ride on this game. Let's get it active, Metro. Tell me why the Cleveland Browns are upsetting my Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I have Cleveland win this game. And now we do every single week, you have to do at least one underdog. And typically I'm like, I'm picking this one, but I don't think they're actually going to win. I think Cleveland wins this game. And so that's why I picked them here. Cleveland, they saw something in Dylan Gabriel last week in a tough environment overseas versus Minnesota. Gabriel went out there, played pretty well, threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, played clean football. Pittsburgh's defense is getting better, and they definitely have some dudes that can go. However, I don't trust their offense that much right now. I just don't trust Pittsburgh's offense, and I do trust Cleveland's defense to make a ton of plays. So I think Cleveland, this is what they're going to do. I think they're going to make the game plan very run-oriented with Quinshawn. I think you're going to see a little bit of Gabriel making some easy throws, getting going. And I think ultimately this defense just wins them the game. I think Myles Garrett gets after Aaron Rodgers. I think the corners are really good, and they're going to lock up DK and all those guys. It's going to be tough for Pittsburgh to score versus a Cleveland offense that has, for the most part, been one of the best defenses all of the entire season. So I go with Cleveland here because I just trust that defense more so than I trust Pittsburgh's offense. But I do agree, Mike Tomlin he has a knack for winning any sort of game, so he could find a way to win this one.
This is going to be exciting. Whoever loses this game is going to be an absolute shambles. A 6-point swing for our rankings. Probably not good for the stats on the show, but damn, it's fun for the entertainment. Moving on, we have the Dallas Cowboys going on the road to play the Carolina Panthers off a big-time win against the Miami Dolphins. We both have, surprise, the Dallas Cowboys. After the Cowboys, this was 2 weeks ago, but just what they showed against Green Bay, it's hard to get that out of my head. Yeah, they played the Jets last week, and they did win, but don't really care about that game. I see more of putting Bill to ass like they did on the Jets in this one. But, Metro, what are your thoughts? You said MVP Dak in our last video. Do you feel that way in this video?
I think Dak's playing at an MVP level, that's for sure. I think, look, Dallas historically has always been really good these past few years versus bad competition. When they go up against bad competition, they don't typically slip up. Here and there they will, but usually they don't. And they're not going to slip up here versus Carolina. At least I don't think. Dallas defense will give Bryce Young hope and optimism and things to like, but I just think Dallas's offense is just going to be that much better. Dak Prescott, we'll see if CeeDee Lamb goes. Obviously, that's a bit of a swing factor, but we also have the offensive line injuries too, so we'll keep a tabs on that. Carolina's defense is just not good enough. I think Dak dices them up. I think this will be a low-key, high-scoring football game where Carolina shows some growth offensively, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, do I trust Dak or do I trust Bryce Young? I'm going with Dak Prescott so far, so... Dak had a big game versus the Jets. I think he has a big game here versus Carolina. But it's not to say that I think Bryce plays bad. I do think Bryce plays well. I just think Dallas wins the game.
Great breakdown. I got nothing else. Carolina, if you could win this one too, you're feeling real, real good. Seahawks are going on the road to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Seahawks went toe-to-toe against Tampa Bay last week. They did lose, but they fought extremely hard. We both have the Seahawks in this one. They feel like a playoff contender this year. They've shown the talent. They've shown the grit. Can they get into the show? They're on track to, but they got to win a game like this. An absolute must-win if you want to be a playoff team. That's why I'm locking them in. If they want to be who they say they are, you got to win this game on the road. But, Metro, what are your thoughts? And maybe I'll play devil's advocate.
Yeah, Jacksonville's a good team. They're a very good team. They got quality pieces. We're recording this while they're playing the Chiefs right now, but it's 14-7 in the second quarter, so we'll see. I still think Seattle wins this game. Seattle played very well versus Tampa Bay. Very, very well. Sam Darnold's playing really good this year. JSN, I think he's in the conversations now to be a top 10 receiver in the league. He's playing at a very high-end level, and this defense is playing really good football too. Jacksonville's defense is also very good, but I think Sam Darnold will get enough done. I think he'll have productivity. I think he'll be fine. I think this offense will move the football. They've done so against really good defenses in the past. And when it comes down to it, I just trust Sam Darnold more than Trevor Lawrence, and I just trust that offense right now more than Jacksonville's, because Jacksonville just they don't quite have it down yet. But their defense is absolutely balling in Jacksonville, so I think they do keep it close. We both have Seattle winning, but I don't think it's a decisive, like Seattle's going to win this game. It could be Jacksonville. They could pull off the upset, but I'm going to go Seattle to personally win this game.
Metro, it is time for our question of the day. Around every 20, 30-minute mark, I pop a random question at Metro that it has nothing to do with football, and here it goes. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
I want to hear your childhood favorite cartoon. Ooh. Put it on the table.
Okay, I had a couple. Number one, SpongeBob.
Banger.
GOAT.
Come on now.
The GOAT. SpongeBob, number one. Number two, Fairly Odd Parents. Come on now. Fairly Odd Parents, man. My favorite episode, or maybe it was a movie, was when he grew up and you got to see adult Timmy Turner. Great episode. I think there was like an anime bit in there too. Great stuff. Rugrats, I think I watched a little bit of them.
Okay.
That's the OG. What else? Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Nickelodeon show. Good one. Come on now. I could still watch that show today. TMNT, the GOATs. All right. Okay, I got to find one more in there. What would be the fifth one? I mean, we all watched Elmo, Barney. Those aren't cartoons, are those? Those are like puppets.
No, they're not. I heard Barney would smoke cigs in between scenes.
Well, just ruined it for me, dude.
Sorry, my bad. Heard bad things about Barney.
The Backyardigans, I think it was called, with the cow.
Ooh, dude, that's elite. What a pull.
That was a great show. That's my five. What would be yours?
Shit, that's like a Mount Rushmore. I can't compete. SpongeBob till I die, no question. I'm basic. Don't really care though.
Nope.
I'd probably say I was big on Scooby Doo when I was a kid.
Oh, yes. Good one.
Classic.
I didn't watch them that much, but man, it was good stuff when I did.
Dude, it's like the same plot every time, just a different monster. Just scary enough. Oh, always great. Third, damn, that's tough. Well, I'll say it. It's kind of cheeky. I enjoyed Phineas and Ferb as a kid. That was funny. I enjoyed that show. And then I'll throw you one more bone. What's something more? I wasn't like an Avatar kid. Like no diss to it.
Me neither.
I never got into that stuff. So cartoons are more like casual.
Did you watch
stuff.
like regular show? Any of those stuff? I didn't really watch those, honestly.
never
Like the
got
Cartoon Network shows.
No, I didn't. Those are my three. That's all I got. Because if I gave you a fourth, it'd probably be a lie. Those are my big three. Those are Metro's big three. Or big five. Thank you for entertaining me and giving your Mount Rushmore of cartoons. Back to the show. Now that we're back, we have our next matchup. It's going to be the Rams versus the Ravens. And this is our last noon matchup. And if you heard this before the season, you would think that's the damn Super Bowl. But after the start to the season the Baltimore Ravens have had, and it slightly injured Lamar Jackson, who the Ravens are 1-4. And this may not be the game we thought it was going to be. We both took the Rams in this one. Metro, is it likely Lamar plays in this one?
I don't think so. And if I'm the Ravens, I don't want him to. He's going to get killed out there by Jared Verse and those defensive linemen. So, no, I don't think Baltimore will have Lamar Jackson, nor will they have 90% of their roster at this point.
What Jared Verse was doing to Sack Jones last week, bro, that had to be a crime in 19 states. That poor man, get him on some kind of painkiller and keep him in the cryo machine for a week. What'd you say?
I said he balled, though. He was killer.
He was doing awesome. Yeah, we're both taking the Rams for obvious reasons. Injuries, bad defense for the Baltimore Ravens, and the Rams are playing at a real high level. Ready to move on?
Yeah, I will say the Rams last week were pretty disappointing defensively. Mac Jones cannot go crazy like that against you. Although, shout out Mac Jones, man. Shout out to that man. He's getting the Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith treatment right now, so we'll see if he can keep it up. But all in all, yeah, LA should win this game. If LA loses, man, season's done. Call it quits, man. Just give up. Stafford retire midseason at that point, man. But, yeah, Baltimore last week, my God. What did they get, like 50-pieced versus Houston? A Houston offense that has been horrendous this year, by the way. So,
dropped like 41.
Yeah, it's just rough right now. It's just rough.
Yeah, Rams fans, good thing we don't overreact on this show, but call it a must-win. Show off your stuff and win this game. Next one, we got the Titans, the 1-4 Titans going on the road to play the Las Vegas Raiders. This one will be rowdy in Las Vegas, of course. Can Cam Ward get it done? I want to pick the Titans here. Just the way they won was pretty fluky. I need to see it one more time. And then I'm all on the bandwagon. I will lose so many points off picking them. But Metro, what's your breakdown of this game? Who's winning in this mid-off?
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a game of ass. All right, these teams suck. Both of these teams are bad football teams. And unfortunately, man, as much as I want to go Tennessee to win this game, because that's how bad Las Vegas has been, I have to pick Las Vegas, but I honestly don't feel great about it. Las Vegas has Genty. They have Brock. I'm assuming Bowers plays this week. You have Myers. But Geno Smith has been so bad this year that he's actually been hurting this team. And if he throws maybe four, that'd be insane. But if he throws a pick or two, that might be enough for Tennessee to kick 2 field goals and win this game. But I just can't pick Tennessee right now because they got the luckiest win of all time last week. Now, give Cam Ward credit. That game-winning drive was brilliant. It was the best thing I've seen from him all year. But it was pretty fluky, all right? The pick, fumble, touchdown, the fumble before the end of the touchdown, it was fluky. All right, let's keep it a buck here. But I'm going to go Raiders. They haven't shown me a thing since week 1. But maybe they get Genty going. You know what? Screw it. I'll go Tennessee here. Let's mix it up so we can get some difference in this one. I can't, honestly, I can't talk myself into either team here. I think both these teams are just really bad.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, so, to make it a bit more interesting, I'll go Tennessee here over the Raiders just to maybe spice it up this week. This game, Usually when there's two bad teams, I'll say, oh, there's a fun matchup here to keep an eye on, and oh, this and that. And I'm going to be watching this. I am not watching this football game. I'm sorry. I mean, I will because it's my job in part, but man, if this is not your job, if you're just a casual viewer, turn the game off. Watch another game. This game's going to be bad. It's not
Turn that shit off. No question.
I hope I'm wrong. I really hope this game is the game of the year, and we're like, man, Geno, Cam Ward, Week 6, this will go down in history. It won't, though. It'll be an ugly game.
10 combined touchdowns, 0 interceptions, game of the century.
We'll be lucky if we get 10 completions.
For being real, I completely agree. Keep your eyes peeled.
Gosh.
Hopefully this one gets spicy. Speaking of spicy,
No.
let's go with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. It isn't spicy, but the last time the Green Bay Packers played a Ohio team, they got their ass kicked. Can it happen again with Jake Browning, the dangerous man? He discovered, whoa, I have a receiver named Jamar Chase, and he might be the best in the league. Thus, Jamar goes off against the Lions. While they did lose in about double digits, they fought back pretty hard, all right? Sometimes teams just kind of laid down. Jake Browning kind of got his stride near the end of the game and let it fly. Can they do that to Green Bay in a secondary or cornerbacks that aren't the best in the league? That's the path for the Bengals. With all that being said, Metro's lock of the week is going to be the Green Bay Packers. I'm taking Green Bay without a doubt as well. If they lose to Cincy, holy shit, Ohio has something. They are their kryptonite without a doubt. Metro, I've talked a lot. You go on ahead, man.
Look, Cincinnati stinks. They figured it out in the fourth quarter, though. They did get something going, but can it carry over? I don't know. I think Micah Parsons has multiple sacks. I think this defense gets after Jake Browning. Browning has not been good. I mean, the first 2.5 quarters versus the Detroit Lions, I mean, it was ugly. I mean, it was bad. He had an interception where he threw like a moon ball. It's like, bro, what type of throw is that? Like, that's not even an NFL throw.
It's a Flacco arm punt.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, it was terrible. But man, I give them credit. They did fight back in the fourth, and hopefully they can carry it over because they're going to need to versus Green Bay. Green Bay should have a field day out there. If Green Bay loses, forget week 1 and week 2. It's a new season for them. Their season's done, or maybe not done, but it's getting scary because the week 1 and 2 were pretty. Weeks 3 and 4 not so much. They need to bounce back here in a big way. Put a statement, put a beat down on Cincinnati. I have them as the lock of the week because they're also coming off a bye as well, so they've had plenty of time to prepare. If they don't win this game, then yeah, GG's.
GG's. Moving on to the San Francisco 49ers going on the road to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both these guys had awesome games last week. The 49ers win. They force the Rams to not convert their fourth down, and they win the game in OT. And then the Bucs win against the Seahawks by about 3 or less points. With that being said, they're both tested, tried, and true. But you can bet on something. Death, taxes, and Cade fading the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to do that here, especially against Tampa Bay. I'm a hater. I'm just going to call it what it is. That's why I'm taking Tampa Bay. I believe in Baker Mayfield. I saw him talking shit to that Seahawks fan, and I can never bet against that man a day in my life. But what do you say, Metro?
Yeah, I do think Tampa Bay probably wins this one, but I'm sipping the magic of Mac Jones, man. There's a magic to this Niners team, dude. There's some sort of something there with this team that no matter who they put on the field, they fight hard and they play. And Tampa Bay, this is a bit of a trap game for them. They're coming off a pretty high from beating Seattle. Baker's talking trash. Maybe Baker doesn't talk trash this week. He tries to play it more humble and calm, and that's what causes them to lose. He loses that edge he had versus Seattle, and that can hurt you. In all reality, I think Tampa Bay has a great shot of winning here, but I'm going to go San Francisco to mix it up a little bit. You know, we've had a lot of similar picks. I want to spice it up. I think San Francisco has some dudes who can go. Let's see if McCaffrey get the ball. Let's see if they can get a bit more healthy, have some guys return and, you know, make some impact. So, yeah, I'm going to go San Francisco to win this one versus Tampa Bay. I think this game, arguably, maybe besides the next one we're going to talk about, probably the most interesting game of the week, honestly.
Without a doubt. I'll be watching this shit. No questions asked during this slate of the day. Any other comments before we go to our awesome Sunday Night Football matchup?
No, this is honestly the only game this week that I think is going to be that much fun. But there'll be a couple fun ones, of course.
The Detroit Lions, Motor City Kitties, go on the road to play the Kansas City Chiefs. A flashback to 2023 where they got that big win, the pick six with Brian Branch, the hard-fought win, 1-3. Can they do it again in 2025? Who knows? But I can tell you our predictions. I took Detroit because I'm a homer, and why would I not take them in a game like this? And Metro's going to take the KC Chiefs. When it comes to NFL analysis, I think Detroit is playing at one of their highest levels right now, considering the talent they have on their team. I think the 2024 team was better than this year's, but damn it, we're playing at a high level right now, and if we could beat the Chiefs, it is right now, right here. So, Metro, what are your thoughts for the KC Chiefs? Why do they win this one? Home advantage is going to be a big-time factor.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger factors for me. Now, in fairness to both of us, Kansas City's at halftime right now. They're up, I think, 14-7 versus Jacksonville. So we haven't got the full game done with yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But I thought Kansas City found their stride last week versus Baltimore, and then I think they're finding it so far in this game versus Jacksonville too. For Kansas City, look, Detroit's a tough matchup. Detroit has firepower on offense. They got defensive personnel playing at a high level, but they have some injuries now on the defensive end for Detroit, mainly in the secondary, and they don't have a pass rusher opposite of Aiden Hutchinson that you can consistently rely on yet. So I think Hutchinson has a big day, but they need to find somebody else who can put pressure on Mahomes. I think Mahomes has a nice day. I think they pass the ball efficiently and well, but the biggest thing for me, night game, at home, crowd's going to be nuts. It's got a big game. It's a big game for Kansas City, too. They haven't had the start to their season that they probably would want, so they need this one to, keep pace with some of these other AFC teams. And, for Detroit, a big game for them, too. This is a really close, contested matchup. Biggest thing for Detroit is just, can you beat this Chiefs team? And this is a Chiefs team that is a playoff caliber, championship caliber roster. Let's see if Detroit can keep up with them.
I need a score prediction from you, Metro, for this game on Sunday night.
Off the top of the dome, give me KC 28, Detroit 24.
Dome. Nothing but straight dome for Metro's prediction. Now, my prediction. I'm going to go. I'm going to throw a safety in there for Detroit. We get another safety this week, and we're going to win 2-0. No, I'm kidding. Let's call it like 21-17, something casual. How's that sound?
Okay. Bit low scoring.
Yeah, a little bit of a lower scoring game. Worthy's going to cook us for 2 touchdowns, but we can live with that. Moving on, it's Monday Night Football now. Dun-dun-dun. We got the Bills pissed off going on the road to play the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta's 2-2. The Buffalo Bills, I believe, are 4-1. There they are, because they just lost this game to the New England Patriots. We both have the Bills. What is my reasoning? Similar to the Eagles, when you're a good team and you're pissed off, that is how you win. And they're going to be pissed off an in-division rival loss. Metro, why do you think Buffalo wins, though?
Yeah, this is not an easy game. Atlanta is a tough, competitive team that is off a bye. So they've had now some time to get healthy, some time to get a better game plan ready. So they've been preparing for this game. And this is a big game for Atlanta because it's been an up-and-down season for them. They haven't fully been able to get their stride going, but they found their stride the last time they played. So can they keep it up versus a Buffalo team that has shown flaws defensively? And Drake May had a great game versus them, so can Michael Penix do the exact same? It's possible. I'm going to go with the safe pick here, though. Buffalo is just a really good football team with a great culture, with a great quarterback, and I think this is a good time for them to flex their experience, their culture, their identity, and get a win here in a gritty environment versus a team that has been preparing for you these past few weeks. So good chance here for Buffalo to sort of flex their muscles. And look, Buffalo really, they can afford this loss. Their schedule is easy, but it would be pretty disappointing to win or to lose back-to-back. I don't think they will. I think Buffalo wins this game.
Score prediction for this one?
Buffalo 31, Atlanta 17.
Respectable. I'm going to copy that, punch it through, and we move on to our final game of the Week 6 slate. It's also Monday Night Football starting at a different time, which is 7:15 Central. Oh boy, Bears fans having flashbacks to Nam. Of course, I'm referring to Washington, D.C. Bears go on the road to play the Commanders in their house. This goes back to the Hail Mary game in this stadium.
I forgot about that. I was like, what are you talking about?
And Bears fans know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And with that being said, I'm taking my upset of the week with the Chicago Bears. This game is personal. My whole thing this week is emotion. It's week 6. Guys are already hurt. Guys are already tired. We need some teams getting kicked in the ass to get up Sunday morning and go whoop some ass. I think Chicago will be ready to go and take it to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Metro takes the Washington Commanders. Opposite of me. You go ahead. I'll play devil's advocate. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I like what I saw from Washington last week. They got down 10-0 to the Chargers. They responded well. They got after Justin Herbert. They put pressure on him all day. They ran the ball well. Mr. Bill. I never know how to say his name. I always feel just awkward saying Bill, but I also don't want to be disrespectful and call him Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. So I just go with Mr. Bill from now on. Mr. Bill made a couple explosive plays. Did have a fumble, but I thought he had a really nice day. Jaden Daniels got into a rhythm. He played well. Not the most efficient day in the world. It wasn't a big amount of volume, but he looked healthy. He looked ready to go. And that's the big thing for me. Chicago's defense hasn't proven to me that they're a good unit yet. I've seen this offense play well, but can they play well versus a really good defensive mind and Dan Quinn? We'll wait and see. I do think Chicago has a chance to win this one, but I ultimately like Jaden Daniels' chances here. Not to mention, fun little game here, 1 versus 2, Caleb versus Jaden, now in year 2. So, by the way, Caleb's playing really good football too this year, so 21 hating on him. He's playing good football.
Shit's a movie. To show the Bears track in the first 4 games, they lost to the Vikings, they lost to the Lions, could pick up a win against the Cowboys. Sorry, Metro, just defense wasn't there. And then last week was the big one, man. This is the culture mover on the road against the Raiders. They blocked the kick that the Raiders were kicking for the win. Reverse the situation, take home the W. Can they go positive above 500 in week 6? I believe so. What say you? Oh, I already know what you said.
No, it's possible. Chicago has a chance. Yeah, Chicago has a chance. Although, my money's on Washington.
Approved. Guys, Metro, you got anything else you want to talk about? Any final thoughts for week 6 before we close up shop?
No, this is not the most fun week. I'll say that. Not the most fun of week. Maybe I'm just being negative Nancy around here, but I don't feel like this is the funnest of weeks. There's a couple fun games here and there, but we're at the point of the season where we know who these teams are, right? Preseason, week 1 to 3, it's like, oh, maybe the Browns could be good this year. Maybe the Titans could win a game here and there. Now we know, not so much. Now these teams got issues. So, yeah, I think teams are starting to figure each other out, and you're starting to see the favorites win more of their games and less upsets. But, occasionally one will happen, and maybe that'll happen this week. But we'll have to wait and see. Do you want to quickly explain the scoring rules and how we have gotten to where we are now?
I would love to review percentage and then talk about the score. Currently, Metro is having a great season at 60% even. I am at 56. This is how we score it. We take every matchup. That is going to be our denominator. That is the below division thing, if you don't know math that well. And then above, we're going to have our points that we accumulate throughout the season. For every pick, if we get it right, we get 1 point. If we get the pick wrong, we get 0 points. No penalty. If you get it right, you get the idea. But if you get a lock wrong, it's -3. That's why the lock matters. You're putting your cojones on the table and saying, I know they're going to win, and I'm not going to take the penalty. If you get it right, just 1 point like any other score. And then finally, the underdog of the week, +4 or more on FanDuel. We have to take each one of these a lock and an upset during the week. For the upset, you get it right, it's a big time +3. You get it wrong, no penalty whatsoever. That's how we structure it, and that is why we're at 60% and 56%. We need a bounce back week to review how it's gone throughout the season in like a short 10 seconds. We started off at 50. We jumped up to like 75 after an awesome. We almost got every game right in week 2. Week 3 was mid. Week 4 was abysmal. Week 5, we bounced back. And then here we are in week 6. Need another big one moving forward. Metro, any final thoughts?
Well, week 5, I bounced back.
No, damn.
I had a 11 points in week 5. You had 6, but we actually look at the final score. I'm at 47 points. You have 44, so we're pretty close. We are one underdog away from the score being tied, but it'll be pretty interesting for sure.
That Cleveland game and Pittsburgh game, I'm gonna be sweating bullets because everything's on the line for me. All the upside is there for you.
It's a big one, that's for sure. But yeah. fun set of games. We'll get to know some of these teams a little bit better, but there's also some stinkers in there too, unfortunately.
Guys, thank you for watching this far in the video. Comment below who your lock of the week is and your upset of the week. Drop it down below. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. It boosts the algorithm tremendously. 10x, 20x, whatever you want to call it. It really helps us out. Appreciate you guys. And if you enjoy this content and want to stick around, you don't hate us, you can subscribe down below and get content like this every single week. We do predictions every week. We do mock drafts. We do team rebuilds. Whatever you got, name, we got it. All the NFL content coming your way. Go sub down below. We're on the way to 1K. We appreciate you guys and love you very much. See you next time. Metro, get us out of here.
Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good day. Peace out.